Hi guys, and welcome back to this skill series episode 6. I hope you are enjoying the channel so far, and please do hit the kind of subscribe button. It is free good to do so, and it really helps out the kind of channel. Just give it a quick like right now, that'd be fantastic. So today we are going to be talking about pumping, and we have a fantastic close friend of SkillsLoop joining us. I just want to introduce you to Dave. Come on in, Dave. How are you doing?
Morning, man.
Thank you for joining us.
Right.
So, a little bit about yourself. How long have you been riding?
I've been riding on and off most of my life, and it's not really about the technical ride for me. It's just about getting out on the bike and enjoying myself and just getting into my own space, really. Just trying to enjoy the wilderness, really, sort of thing, being outside.
Just bike life?
Yeah, bike life, yeah. Love it.
So, what is your favourite trick?
I'm more of a wheelie guy, to be honest.
He really is.
Not the best of riders, but on the back wheel I'm pretty good. I do go for a lot of back tyres and back brakes.
Today we're obviously going to be talking about pumping. Is it something that you kind of concentrate on, or?
Yeah, sometimes I feel a little bit awkward on the bike because I'm quite a big unit and that, as you can see, and that, like. So sometimes I feel like I struggle to get my weight around where I need to get my weight, and that. And it's just everybody needs to push on different areas to try and make yourself better and progress in the trail life. Like.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be a good day.
On the bike's always a good day.
It is. There's never a bad day on bikes, is there? Okay, so we're just going to get Dave to have a quick roll through now and see how his technique is. That's looking good, looking good. We can definitely tweak it a little bit. We've just seen you kind of rolling through, and it's good, really. Just a small kind of little tweak just to kind of help get the kind of body weight kind of central, really. The thing to kind of think about with a full kind of suspension bike is that we've got kind of independent kind of suspension. So if our weight is slightly back, what happens is we just get this rear compression where the back of the bike sits, but the kind of front of the bike doesn't really do much. Equally, if you're a little bit kind of hand dominant, and your chest is quite far forward, what you're going to get is a lot of kind of frontward movement. So the kind of forks will go down, but the kind of centre and the bike won't move. So a nice demonstration for that is if we just press on the back of the bike moves. If we press on the front of the front of the bike moves. But if we press right in the middle here, like arguably above the cranks, it's as close as we can go. You'll be able to see that both the front and the back of the bike move. So if we can get our hinge, which if you watch episode 1 of the kind of skill series that talks about body positioning, so go and watch that after this video, stick it on your to-do list. We really talk about being centralized on that bike. So I'm just going to kind of demonstrate now, and we'll just make that tweak with Dave's riding, and then we're going to hit the trails. What do you reckon?
Sounds like fun.
So as we come riding through, we want to be thinking about pushing through the hills, keeping the chin above that stem, and really kind of pushing through the bike, keeping the kind of body nice and centralized. As soon as the chin starts coming away from the stem, that's where we're going to get this like bias to the kind of rear end of the bike. So demonstrated here, you can see the front forks don't really do much. Really make sure that you do get that kind of nice centralization, and that will keep the bike nice and flat and equal, which will give us a really good pump a bit later on. So if we just have a quick look at Dave's ankle there, we can see it's a bit high. So we just want to move that around a little bit. So been talking a little bit about kind of body position and the importance of keeping the kind of hills kind of dynamic and kind of pushing through those hills that kind of down to the ground. But when we push, keeping into the kind of nice D shape. So Dave's going to come through again. That's looking much better. As you can see, we've got a slight change of location. This is Jubilee Park in Whittington, and as you can see, it's a pump track. We've got Steve there in the background just warming up. So pump tracks, they're a great place to come and practice, Great for fitness and really good for technique. So if you want to get it dialed in, there is usually a pump track in every borough, and if there's not one kind of close to you, if you do a quick Google search, you'll definitely find one. The great thing about pump tracks is that you can get on any bike, and I really do mean any bike. So whether it's a £10 bike that you have just brought off the eBay, or you start getting into the realms of these more expensive bikes. So obviously got a full suspension here. To be quite honest, the full suspension is massively overbiked for pump track, and the most ideal is something a bit like this, which is Steve's bike, which is a dirt jump bike. So the actual kind of suspension is really firm, so it doesn't really move much, and of course there's no kind of rear suspension, so every bit of energy you put into that bike, you're going to get that back, which is really good. If you have got a full suspension, my big tips are inflate those tyres, get those tyres as hard as possible. I'd say about 40 psi if the actual tyre can take it, and if you've got the kind of functionality, you go to do so, just get the forks and the kind of shock either locked out or blown up really hard, and that will give you a better pump and a better feeling. So understanding a pump track is really quite simple. We've got the down, the up, and then the kind of down again, and then this will tend to repeat there and there again. So pumping is all about kind of maintaining speed and even better kind of increasing speed. A real nice thing to think about is if I could dig out this section here and twist it around, that becomes your jump, and then if you flip it on its side, that then kind of becomes a berm. So you can quickly see how a kind of pump technique can really help you kind of going forwards. As we come into the kind of bottom of the kind of section here, you really want to think about kind of being taller so you can absorb this bump. As we reach the top, we're going to think about generating speed kind of going out of it, and so on and so forth. I can hear you shouting at the screen, yeah, that's one bump. How do I change it when it's into multiple humps and bumps? This quick clip is very kind of arm dominant, so I'm pushing more with my arms, and what that does is actually use quite a bit more kind of energy. It does help keep the front wheel down onto the floor, and what I always say to people is to practice using just the arms and then just the legs. And don't forget, your legs are a big muscle, really powerful, so the drive you will get out of your legs will be a lot more. But sometimes when they're really tight humps and bumps, you don't have quite that time to get everything in, especially if you are on a bigger bike. Doing something is better than kind of doing nothing and just rolling. So just being kind of dynamic, really thinking about that motion of the arms going in and out, and those legs really pushing down, as what we spoke about earlier. What you're going to see is I'm going to be using my legs a lot more, using those arms, really pumping through the legs, pushing through, driving through. So to really generate the speed from the kind of pump, what you want to think about is a bit like a swing. So when you come through, you'll feel that your bum goes into the kind of seat like really hard on that like upslope. Really want you to think about the downside. So if we're coming in this direction, that we're going to be generating it like literally from like about here going forwards. So if we're doing it with our arms at first, we can think about pushing through the kind of bars and driving through, and then follow that with the feet. If we push with our feet, that would generate a lot more speed to really help us kick forwards and to kind of maintain that speed. So really want you to think about that as you're coming through, that we're nice and high. You allow the bike to come in, and your head kind of stays on that one plane all the way through. And then as it comes through, we're pushing with our hands there, and then we're driving with the feet here. And if you think about it, when we get to the top, our legs are going to be in this squat kind of position, so they're ready to fire down and press through to help us go forward. Things not to do. It's all well and good doing it on a tarmac pump track, but now we're going to go back to Cannock Chase and go and put all this into practice out on the trail. We're just going to get Dave to come through, pumping through, just to check his body position over this very last hump here on Post Trail. Super smooth, nice, that's good. So it's a great first attempt by Dave. So the kind of legs are really nice. We just got to look at the pushing the bike through. That's better. Can you hear the difference? So what he did on the first shot was just push the bike forward slightly. That time he really got that drive out the backside and pushed him forwards. Okay, so that is great progress. We're now going to move on to the next segment. So we have done one hump. We're now going to go into multiple big humps here at Cannock Chase. Let's watch it go in. Look at that. Wow. Yes, let's do it. Let's go. So nice and tall, push. Nice and tall, push, 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 push. Loads of speed. Woo! So dude, top day, thank you so much for kind of joining us. Has it been useful? Has it helped?
Yeah, it's really opened my eyes to how to change methods of the way I'm riding myself and that, like, 'cause I've always thought I was a reasonably good rider and that, but then it's just little tweaks. Even it's not so much what you see on camera, it's behind the camera. It's just made me feel a bit more inspired to try and push a bit harder to make myself a little bit better.
Brilliant. Hopefully you have kind of enjoyed watching us. If you've loved Dave, and how can you not love this man, do give him a big thumbs up, drop a sweet comment down in the comment section, and of course hit that kind of subscribe button. You are the ones which kind of help this channel grow, and without you we're nothing. Also, if you do want to say an extra special thank you, I got told about something called Buy Me a Coffee, so that's now open. If you drop down into the kind of description, click on that and you can buy us a coffee, which is really kind of useful. Every penny will just get pumped back into the kind of video, so massive thank you. Anything else you want to add, dude? No. Oh, good.
Just want to go out and have a play now, try and push myself a bit further and progress.
We're going to go and ride some bikes, eat some donuts,
and drink some coffee.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you for episode 7 in a couple of weeks' time. Yo! Woo! Just record it. Did it.